In the first part, I have shown you how you can form your sentences using the verb söylemek and gave you some examples with the verb demek and söylemek to show you the different sentence structures such as ben Hülya yarın gidecek dedim, which means I said Hülya will go tomorrow, and ben yarın Hülya'nın gideceğini söyledim, which means I said that Hülya would go tomorrow. That video was the fundamental of this topic, and you should go and watch that first to understand this one well. Now, we are going on, and first, I'm going to show you how you can form the sentences when someone is saying something to someone else. Here's a sentence we want to form. My mother said, I will go to the market. Annem markete gideceğim dedi. Annem markete gideceğim dedi. Now, let's form the sentence using the verb söylemek, as I showed you in the first part. Annem markete gideceğini söyledi. Annem markete gideceğini söyledi. My mother said that she would go to the market. Now, how do we form the sentence when my mother says this to someone else? My mother said to my father, I will go to the market. In this case, in the Turkish sentence, my father receives the dative case suffix. How do we say my father in Turkish? Babam, babam. This will receive the dative case suffix a according to the vowel harmony. Now, let's form the full sentence. Annem babama markete gideceğim dedi. Annem babama markete gideceğim dedi. My mother said to my father, I will go to the market. And now, using the verb söylemek. Annem babama markete gideceğini söyledi. Annem babama markete gideceğini söyledi. My mother said to my father that she would go to the market. Or, more common to say, my mother told my father that she would go to the market. Let's go on and make another example. Kenan said to Müjde, I have a headache. The subject is Kenan. It goes to the beginning of the sentence. The conjugated verb, the predicate is dedi, going to the end of the sentence. Kenan dedi. Kenan dedi. What Kenan said goes before the predicate. What did he say? I have a headache. In Turkish, literally, baş ağrım var. Baş ağrım var. This is okay to use, but what we say more commonly is başım ağrıyor. Başım ağrıyor, which literally translates into my head is aching. Let's add this to the sentence. Kenan başım ağrıyor dedi. Kenan başım ağrıyor dedi. To whom did he say that? Müjde. This receives the dative case suffix. Therefore, the full sentence is Kenan Müjde'ye başım ağrıyor dedi. Kenan Müjde'ye başım ağrıyor dedi. Kenan said to Müjde, I have a headache. And now with the verb söylemek. Kenan Müjde'ye başının ağrıdığını söyledi. Kenan Müjde'ye başının ağrıdığını söyledi. Kenan told Müjde that he had a headache. Now we are going back to the previous example to continue with the next concept. Annem babama markete gideceğim dedi. Annem babama markete gideceğim dedi. My mother said to my father, I will go to the market. What happens when my mom tells my dad to go to the market like in this sentence? My mother said to my father, go to the market. In this case, The verb of my mother's sentence is in the imperative form. Annem babama markete git dedi. Annem babama markete git dedi. Now, let's form this sentence using the verb söylemek. As you would remember from the first part of this topic, and as well as from this video, when söylemek comes into equation, nominalization suffixes are used to nominalize the verb of the repeated sentence. Till now, we have used dık and acak nominalization suffixes for this purpose. But now, in this particular example, the verb of what is said is in the imperative form. That is why it is time to introduce another nominalization suffix. And this one is ma or me according to the vowel harmony. Now, let's form the sentence. The subject comes to the beginning. The predicate goes to the end. And to whom this is said goes after the subject. So, what we have is annem babama söyledi. Annem babama söyledi. And now we will add the subordinate sentence. Its verb will be nominalized using the nominalization suffix. Annem babama markete gitmesini söyledi. Annem babama markete gitmesini söyledi. Git is the verb root of gitmek. Me is the nominalization suffix according to the vowel harmony. Se is the buffer letter. E is the possessive suffix for the third singular person. He, she. O. Ne is the buffer letter. The last E is the accusative case suffix. Annem babama markete gitmesini söyledi. And the translation of this into English is my mother told my dad to go to the market. And the accusative case suffix is necessary because the verb söylemek requires this suffix attached to its direct object. Another example. The police said to us, stop the car. In Turkish, polis bize arabayı durdurun dedi. Polis bize arabayı durdurun dedi. Again, the verb of what is said is in the imperative form. Now, let's form this using the verb söylemek. Polis bize arabayı durdurmamızı söyledi. Polis bize arabayı durdurmamızı söyledi. The police told us to stop the car. Here, as you would realize, the possessive suffix is for the first plural person, we, biz. The reason is stopping the car belongs to the first plural person, we. We need to stop the car. Next one. The teacher said to his or her students, eat healthy. Öğretmen öğrencilerine sağlıklı beslenin dedi. Öğretmen öğrencilerine sağlıklı beslenin dedi. Again, the verb of what is said is in the imperative form. Now, let's form it using the verb söylemek. Öğretmen öğrencilerine sağlıklı beslenmelerini söyledi. Öğretmen öğrencilerine sağlıklı beslenmelerini söyledi. The teacher told his or her students to eat healthy. Here, the possessive suffix is for the third plural person, they, onlar. The reason is eating healthy belongs to the third plural person, they. The students need to eat healthy. And today's last example. I said to you, do not come near me. Ben sana, bana yaklaşma dedim. Ben sana, bana yaklaşma dedim. Again, it is in the imperative form, right? Only this time it is negative. Let's form the sentence using the verb söylemek. Ben sana bana yaklaşmamanı söyledim. Ben sana bana yaklaşmamanı söyledim. I told you not to come near me. Actually, in this sentence, we can omit ben sana and just say bana yaklaşmamanı söyledim. Bana yaklaşmamanı söyledim. Because from the person suffix and the possessive suffix, it is obvious that the first singular person, I, is telling this to the second singular person, you. Alright guys, this is it from me for today. Today's video is over, but this topic is not over yet. We will continue. If you have any questions, let me know. See you in the next videos. Görüşmek üzere.